So welcome back to Jokkmokk again. This time I'm out hiking and I started from my home just after 9 o'clock, and I'm not going to make a long tour. I'm getting bitten by mosquito, that's why the camera is shaking. I'm heading around the lake searching for some cloudberries, and I'm also going to have Aija for the first time overnighting in a tent. So we see. It's not the distance, it's more like finding some berries and having a nice time. But the mosquitoes are annoying right now, so I think I will continue walking. What is that? Now I find something here. Huh. Look. See? Someone have probably been drinking a bottle of vodka here and putting it into the dead tree. When you find wetlands that look like this with lots of grass, then you know this is not the wetland where you find cloudberries. So we had to walk a little bit to the side and see if we find. We want the moss. Whoops! I just figured out that water is wet. I had to look after her and see where she is all the time, because she can actually fall into the water. Very often I hear people asking, how demanding tours can you do with a young dog? Aija is like 9 weeks or something like that. I will say, if you take it cool, not in a hurry, not pushing the dogs so hard, then you can do quite long distance, several kilometers when they're already 9 weeks. But of course it depends on what kind of breed you have. I'm used with Siberian Husky and Border Collie, and I have given them a lot of physical activity already when they are young. And if you do that, they get more relaxed. They stop chewing on things. They will not be so screamy, noisy and wild, because they know that when it's time for relax, they use the time for relax. And they really enjoy it. They really enjoy to follow out like this. That's not a problem. Of course, if you see that the dog get very tired, you had to lift it and start carrying it. And this is a perfect way of starting camping with the dog for me now, because I walk a bit and the puppy will be tired when we put up the tent, so she will not be a gangster in the tent, hopefully. The mosquitoes are actually terrible. That's why I'm sitting here in the smoke. And I know that Annie looking forward to go into the tent. She knows what's going on. I have no idea what's going on right now, so she just laying down on the ground and really don't know. She's tired, and it's interesting to see how natural things come. She just find a place, and there she lay down, take a chance to rest. I'm actually a little bit disappointed because I didn't find the cloudberries I wanted to find. But I make a loop tomorrow and maybe I find some berries tomorrow. Anyway, nice campfire, nice tea. Not so bad. This is just a few kilometers outside Jokkmokk. And I can hear Jokkmokk now because there is some kind of festival in Jokkmokk, so I can hear music from Jokkmokk. And I can also walk in that direction, straight to Norway. And I only had to cross one road, and I think I have like almost 200 kilometers to the border of Norway if I heading straight to the west. I only had to cross one road, a small forest road. Otherwise I can avoid the roads and just go all the way to Norway if I want. So this is actually the first night with this tent, and I'm really looking forward to make a review of this because I see both positive sides with it and I see less positive sides with it, of course. Annie don't like that I'm going to have the puppy inside, and I had to bring the puppy inside and then calling for Annie. So I switched off the camera for a while. Annie, hur är det? Annie! Hej Annie! Hej! So Annie don't really understand why we had the dog inside. And the dog seems to understand why she's inside. She's already sleeping here. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, Annie is also cute. But Annie don't like dogs. She really don't like dogs. Oh. Now you see, it's actually a little bit darker now. And the midnight sun period is over up here. And it's not dark in the night, but it's not sunlight. time to sleep. If nothing happened, I'm not filming more now. Then see you tomorrow. Ciao. Morning. New day. And the puppy have energy. A lot of energy. I'm still tired.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done.
Oh, I had to open up here before she starts chewing on the air mat. She's really all over the place now. Honey, baby. Oh. Oi, oi, oi. Oh.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do.
Now it starts to rain, so I think I will sit in the tent and have my breakfast. But no problem, that's nice.
Crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
These moments when you just hanging around in the nature like this are so nice. A cup of coffee and yeah. The last hiking trip with two of my older dogs, Rosa and Flippa. Then I also went to here just for a day trip. So, and then the day after I had to put both of them to sleep. That's sad. Flippa was really ill, really ill. And Rosa had also problems, so it was not a difficult decision. It was not a decision, it was just something you had to do sometimes when the dogs get too old. Flippa was actually, I was waiting some days too long with putting her down. But it's hard sometimes. I very often talk about putting the sled dogs down when they get old with my customers, and it is a big subject for me because it is hard to do it. It's a hard decision. But I will not talk so much about that. But it's a little bit nice that I was here with Rosa, very, very nice, good leader dog, and with Flippa, one of my first border collie. We was here. The last trip we made with them was to this place, and the first overnight trip with Aija is to this place. So it's a little bit like the circle is closed somehow. So even if I miss the dogs that I have lost during all the years, because I have been doing with dogs since I was 14, so of course it's a lot of dogs, but I miss them, but I can see the circle. I can see that the new ones take over after the old ones, and that's the same with humans. Young people come and take over after us, and that's why it's so important for me also with environment and the situation on the planet, that I want to leave something after me to next generation that's not worse than I got from my parents and grandparents. And so that is one of the reasons why I'm active for saving nature and saving environment and saving the forest and whatever. Saving something for next generation. You see, starting with a puppy and ending up in environmental things. That's how it works in here when you're sitting in a spot like this and drinking a cup of coffee. So when the small one is sleeping, Annie is coming. She really don't like the young one. She really want to have some time just with me. Ja, så fin du är, Annie. So now it's time to continue hiking and searching for some berries. What I learned from my grandma and grandfather is that when you have used a place like this, you have taken firewood and water, you should say thank you. And maybe not because there is something here. I'm not a believer of spirits and things like that. It's more like you should be humble that you actually could find and you could take firewood. You should have the humble feeling, not taking it for granted. And if you say thank you to the land or to the forest or to the tree or to the lake, you get that into your mind. That's important. Say thank you when you're leaving your camp spot. And be grateful that you actually could walk out there, that you could go camping, and that you could stay a good night out there. Don't take it for granted. if you have a dog, don't make it complicated. Bring it out. If it's young dogs don't die because they get tired. But there is some breeds that you should be a little bit more careful with. But before you buy a puppy, before you buy a dog, check what kind of breed it is. If it is a breed that's very sensitive to all that stuff, then you maybe shouldn't have it as an outdoor dog. You should have one of these working types of dog that have resistance to be more natural. Anyway, I think that was all from me today. Now I will try to continue back home without stopping and picking up more berries. But it's difficult to just pass by. It was not so many berries today, but I've been filming and drinking coffee and making other stuff also, so it was a nice trip anyway. If you like this video, subscribe, then you get more videos. Give a thumbs up if you want to help us, give a thumb down if you don't like it. Leave a comment, it's always nice. And see you next video. Ciao.